I'm gonna check real quick.
I'll check it. I don't see it yet. There we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let me bring this brother up and then.
Shabbat
Shalom,
shalom.
Osh. Can you hear me good, Osh?
Con.
All right. The topic of the lesson is basically going to be cleaving to the truth. All right. So we're just gonna go through the spirit and yeah, I'm about to open up. So all right, this is the GMS Virginia camp back here once again. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shah. Before we get started, like always, want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, the bonus to our teachers, the elder apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect. Stay up, we almost home. Go ahead and run that Ayash.
All right, Khan. The book of Psalms, chapter 23 and verse 1, and it reads, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness.
Hey, even when you read that scripture about still waters, I mean, we can read past that, but even just touching on that represents stability. You know what I'm saying? The Lord provides us stability in a world full of darkness and everything that's unbalanced, everything that's tossing to and fro. The Lord leads us to still waters. You know what I'm saying? He keeps us stable. Hey, what's the precept? Wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of thy times.
Yep.
Wisdom, these scriptures, the truth that we cleave upon, it leads us to the still waters, man. Peace, a peace of mind. Because when you in this goddamn world, man, and you see a headline that, oh shit, they locking everything down, that'll throw you off course. That'll bug you the fuck out.
Yep.
You ain't stable in the mind at that point, man. You know, and that's how these people in the world are. They toss to and fro with everything that he puts in his news, you know. But we stay stable in the truth. We don't let nothing get us off our balance. You know, we spit out the bones, we chew the meat, you know, we decipher everything. We don't just read a headline and take it for face value. You know, we go into the information. These niggas in the world don't do that, you know. Go ahead, brother.
Con.
If any brother want to expound, you know, just go ahead.
He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me.
There you go.
That's right.
You cleave onto that staff. You know, when you go into the etymology of that word staff, it literally says a walking stick or support, right? The scriptures is your comfort. You know what I'm saying? If you're not cleaving onto the word, you know, you're not going to be comforted in this hellhole. You know, we was talking about in the chat earlier about the food being defiled. Here it is, you think you drinking a healthy alternative with almond milk, then the brand of almond milk you buying got chemicals in
it. Crazy.
We need fucking salvation, man. But if you're not cleaving to the scriptures, cleaving to the truth, that type of stuff can bug you the fuck out. You know? Oh shit, fuck it. I'm destroyed anyways. I'm just, you know, do wild shit. You know what I'm saying?
Shalom, Martin.
Hey, shalom, bro. Did a brother want to make another point on that scripture? I'm about to hand it to Karan.
Oh no, you got it, man.
Okay.
I had a precept to go along with what Ayash was bringing out.
Okay, go ahead, Michael.
This is Proverbs 21:16. It says, "The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead." You know, and Ayash, can you reread that last verse you brought up, Baba Kashah?
Khan, book of Psalms, chapter 23, and verse 4. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me.
That's right, because Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is with us, man. You know, He's put that spirit upon us, you know, for us to walk that righteous path, and He is guiding us, man. and in these times to come, he's going to protect us, Lord willing. We're part of that elect number, man. These jakes that fell out of the truth, that went back into the world, like the scripture says, a dog has returned to his vomit again. Hey, man, hey, they're not going to be protected in that time, man.
Right.
The Lord's not going to protect them, and they wandered out into the congregation of the dead. They went back into the world, man. They went back to being a nigga, man.
Yep.
You got it.
Hey, Osh, can you get Ezekiel? What is that? What chapter is that? 35, 36, where it speaks about the dry bones.
Come.
And Mattathiah, can you read your precept one more time?
Con. This is Proverbs 21:16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead.
That's the dead bodies. Because
Yep.
when you read in the book of Revelation, I believe it's the 11th chapter, it said that dead bodies shall lie in that great city.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. Why were we dead? Because we wandered from the way of understanding. We wandered away from the wisdom of Yahweh Shemel Rashah. We wandered away from our comfort.
Yep.
And we relied, and the scriptures clearly tell you we relied upon what? Idols, paganism, false deities, false hopes that helped us in the carnal aspect. But when it came to spiritual growth, those idols destroyed us. Because when we went to war with our enemies, we can't overcome our enemies through carnality. So when it was time to go to war, we didn't have that spiritual aspect because we were leaning upon what? Those idols instead of the comforter. And the Canaanites defeated us, the Medes and the Persians, right? Because the Hamites were the Babylonians, man. And we all know how Esau did us, beginning with the Greeks. Why is that? We wandered out of the way of understanding. You got a precept, Quran?
Yeah. So, laying back on what the brother Bayou was talking about, in the time that we're living in now, Jake is tossed to and fro. It's in it's in every wind, every philosophy, every way. So it tells you in 2 Corinthians chapter 1 and 3, blessed be Yahweh, even the Father of our Lord Hamashiach Yahushua, the Father of mercies, all comfort. Now we understand that it's truth, these scriptures, the history, reading the lots of the prophets before us. As the scripture says, in the scripture, when we read about the adversity that comes with it, our sufferings, our shortcomings. But throughout all this, we understand, the Lord is going to comfort us through these scriptures. Because brothers are suffering. My brothers got ailments, bodies are messed up, certain things plague us, certain situation happens amongst us, but we still comforted. Now let's see what happens to these jakes, man. Which when all hell start breaking loose. Because, I was talking to my brother Shakat in Mississippi camp. He was pretty much telling me, me and him was talking about how people just basically don't watch the news anymore because it's so negative, so depressing. And people are, so they can pretty much just talk a good game, manifest this bullshit. But when you can't manifest, so-called manifest this thing, and when reality hits you right dead in your face, you're not going to be comfortable, man. You're really just going to bug out, man, because the Lord is not going to be with you. And all this lollygagging, playing around, and this bullshit, and try to think you could just pretty much just put sweet bunches, tell yourself a bunch of sweet nothings, and make things feel better for a moment. That's going to be to your, a lot of our people's demise.
Like those people in China right now. You got a lot of Americans in China right now, and they want to flee, but they can't right now. They said they was like, well, for one, they were hiding their identity, but all of them said as soon as these lockdowns are up, they're never coming back. They're leaving China. But see, they don't understand that the times that we're in is the times of times of evil.
That's right.
And you're not going to find comfort in leaving your situation. Just like you got these jakes that's talking about, they went over there and went to Egypt. They left America. Them Hebrew Israelites with them dreads that believe in leaving America, they went to Egypt. But you're not going to find comfort in these other places.
Right.
Because the scriptures tell you when the MOTB is instituted, the Paragma, that's going to be worldwide. Right now in Nigeria, if you have a cell phone, guess what? You can't use it unless you're on the national ID database, unless you enrolled in the national ID, which we know that's part of the Paragma for the future. So you're outcasted. You know, these people can't even communicate in this day and time because they're not part of that national. They said like over 73 million people that they banned from using cell phones or some shit like that
Mm-hmm.
because they're not part of the national ID system. So you're not going to be able to find comfort in leaving your country or leaving your state or city. You got to be rooted in the word. You got to, hey, like the brothers, you got to cleave unto this truth. You can't
Right.
cleave unto carnal things because that's always been Jacob's downfall, cleaving unto the carnal instead
Yes.
of cleaving unto the spirit. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, just read the book of Ecclesiastes, and here it is. King Solomon had it all. He had, the funds, he had the assets, the tributaries. He had everything to actually make these wise, how you say, test and these how you say, he pretty much he made, he brought forth a lot of tests to see, the difference between, wickedness, righteousness, the fools of men, the ways of men. And he was able to see all things, man. And he pretty much made the assumption all is vanity, man. But the one that have the fear of the Lord and righteous, he shall have a reward. I'm gonna finish that out. It says, who comforteth us in all our tribulation, that we may be able to comfort them which are in any trouble, by the comfort wherewith we ourselves are comforted of Yahweh. And yes, every day, we things plague our minds. We go through things, you know, it's a lot, man. So, every brother got their own thing that they battle. But amongst us being around the brothers and being able to talk amongst each other, our spirits are lifted up, and then we're able to read the scripture, and we got the light. So the things that really fuck with us, and like I said, bro's not gonna sit there and tell everything out, but every brother got something that really plays their mind. But since we had a brotherhood again, we're comforted, and that's why we're able to do these lessons that tell the next man, the next brother, that through our the shit that we go through and it plagues us, we're comforted, and that's why we do these lessons to comfort you, and make sure and let our people know, man. The one that has the light, it's a reward for this, man. But it was never going to be easy. That's why, what is it, Romans? What is it? Shall adversity separate us from the Lord. You got it, bro. Yeah,
Hey, the crazy thing about it is we're not even going through anything for real right now. When Jacob's
Yep.
trouble comes, that's when you're gonna have to really rely on the comforter, man.
That's right.
Because you may be in a camp with all these people who are not relying upon the comforter. They're relying upon their own thoughts and what they think is right. So they're bugging out. They're freaking out. They don't know what's going on. They see martial law troops walking around. So you're gonna need to be stable during that time. You're gonna, hey, wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of their times. We can't stress that enough. When you're amongst wild ass people, you in a camp with somebody, and they, hey man, when you get here, man, you know what they're gonna do to us, and some random ass dude coming up to you. You're gonna have to be stable in your mind, to block out all the madness that's gonna be around us and be as pilgrims, like the scripture said. You know,
They just like I would watch that movie Great State. Those elites, they killed the dude off, and his whole pretty much the whole team off. And I'll actually watch that again. That kind of, I ain't gonna lie, that shook me up. It made me break a little tear, man. Because like the brother was Abai said earlier, man. We're not really even catching hell. I mean, we're going through hell, but it's not physical. It's not to the point where you're seeing thousands of people murdered, slaughtered. Women getting raped. That might be a strike, but people getting cut in two, cut asunder. We're not really seeing anything. People eating each other. The food no food on the shelves. Military, patrolling the streets. It's really you got to understand. It's really going to get bad because we never lived in a time where pride was like this, arrogancy. People was into every win. People, you got homosexuals that is running straight rampant. Think everybody's able to live a lie and live another type of lifestyle, which is not relevant to the scriptures. So you understand, you have to understand that it's about to be a very bad time is going to come, and that's why us these lesson and videos, man. We have to cleave to the Lord, man. So he's the only Yahweh Bashem Shah. He's the only he's all we have. Our Lord, Yahweh. Our power is all we have. We come to understand that your money is not beneficial. Your job, your family, your woman, and whatever, your dog, whatever. We understand none of that matters, man. Only the will and grace of Yahweh Shah. And that's why we, by the fear of Yahweh Shah, we persuade men. You got it, bro.
Come back to
just like the
precept.
Salakia, go ahead, Abai. My bad.
Well, no, you got a precept you want to read?
I wanted to see if y'all had hit John 14 yet.
Oh, okay. No. You can get that.
This is John 14, and I'm gonna start at 15, and I'm gonna just read to 18. Y'all don't mind, Baba Shah. John 14 and 15. It says, "If you love me, keep my commandments." Yeah. And we know this is the Lord speaking, Yahweh Shah. It says, "And I will pray the Father."
Hey, so that's the cut. That's the cut to Christianity. That tells you the dietary law don't mean a thing. Here it is. It's called a dietary law. It's beneficial to your health. Right. That's why you see pigs eating the shit of other pigs. Mm-hmm. The Lord clearly said, "I created this animal to be a fucking trash cleanup." It basically cleans up trash on the farm. Mm-hmm. I didn't create it for you to eat. But Christianity says, "Oh, it's there. We can eat it through the grace of Yahweh Shai." So what's the purpose of a dietary law? Yeah. What's the purpose of a law of adultery? What's the purpose of the law of anything for that matter? Without the laws, you have lawlessness, man. You have disorder, man. So if you love the Lord, keep His commandments. Go ahead, brother.
And alongside with that, if you read the next word that goes into verse 16, it says, "And it's a conjunction." So that means 15 and 16 go together. You keep the commandments, I'm gonna have the Heavenly Father, I'm gonna pray to Him, and He's gonna do X, Y, and Z for you. So it coincides with keeping the commandments. Verse 16, it says, "And I will pray the Father, and He shall give you another comforter, that He may abide with you forever, even the Spirit of truth, which the Lord, He blessed upon us, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth Him not, neither knoweth Him, but ye know Him, for He dwelleth with you, and shall be in you. And I will not leave you comfortless, I will come to you." And reading verse 17, if you abide with the Lord, and abiding with the Lord is, like He said in verse 15, keeping the commandments, you'll never go wrong. All right, we can't keep them perfectly, but we rehearse the righteous acts. And I just want to read on the bottom of my footnotes in regards to verse 16. It says a comforter. I think the Greek word is proselyte. It says an advocate called alongside for aid in time of trouble. So of course we don't have Yahweh Shai here with us now, but we got the comforter, which is these words, and they're aiding us mentally to make it through the trial and tribulation that we're going to have to go through in the future. That was it.
Beautiful, brother. That's work, man. Just like that beautiful sister in the book of Maccabees, that with her son, she understood reincarnation. So she was comforted, with letting her kids die in front of her. She was comforted knowing, look, we're going to come back and rule, and your ass is going to pay big time.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the type of mentality we got to have in these times coming, because when each has like the brother at the time said he had a dream, and then he could tell in his dream that, motherfucker probably going to try to put him to death. But the brother was comforted. Even in his dream, he had the mind state of being comforted, knowing, nigga, I'd rather die anyways because I know I'm going to be with the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Right. Niggas in the world don't have that kind of mind state. They think when they die, YOLO, that's it. Which that whole concept of death, how they teach it in the world, don't make sense anyways, because here it is, you have certain babies that are born stillborns. So why would the Lord put a spirit in a fetus just to kill it? That lets us know that spirit has been here before. That lets us know that spirit will come back again. Nothing is just happens in vain. And us having the understanding of reincarnation comforts us, man. Because I tell you, if we thought this was it, if we thought this life was it, man, we'd be out here blowing up every goddamn thing, Walmarts or Walls, You know what I'm saying? Elementary schools.
Hey, if I may add, knowing about reincarnation and knowing about us going to be with the Lord, it backs up what Yahushua said in John 14 and I believe 17, the spirit of truth that the world don't know. The world don't understand reincarnation. The world don't understand that when we die, we go be with the Lord for a certain amount of time.
That's right. Hey, Osh, can you get at Ezekiel now, brother?
Con. Can I squeeze a quick precept in?
Come, and break that one down, then bring Ezekiel.
This is Ecclesiasticus 1:18. The fear of the Lord is a crown of wisdom, making peace. And as the brothers were saying, if we didn't have this knowledge, we wouldn't understand the reincarnation. We wouldn't understand the dietary laws. That brings peace unto us. It says, and perfect health to flourish, both which are the gift of the Most High. And it enlargeth their rejoicing that love him. Wisdom raineth down skill and knowledge and understanding, and exalteth them that hold fast to her. So us cleaving to this truth, con.
Now, when you done,
us cleaving to this truth, it brings us peace.
Yep.
That comforter that the brother was speaking about. You got it out.
And that's a beautiful point, real quick, because wisdom is likened to as a woman.
That's right.
And it's beautiful the brother said cleave unto the truth, because in the world you'll cleave unto your woman. Ooh, baby, mwah, mwah, mwah. But really, you're supposed to be like that with the truth.
Hey,
you're supposed to cleave unto the truth. Go ahead, brother.
now that's the spirit, because I got the definition of cleave. Hey, a brother can pull up Matthew 19. It talks about how a man shall leave his mother and father and cleave to his wife. Yeah. We understand on this side now, our wife is really these scriptures until the Lord, restores us in our kingdom, and our woman really cleave unto us. But we understand our real woman is Sophia, the scriptures.
Yep.
So it says the definition of cleave, it says to stick, to adhere, to hold to. It says to unite aptly, to fit, to sit well on, to unite or be united closely in interest, and even going to what Ashikat, the brother Ashikat was going into, saying interest or affection to adhere.
Interest. Because like, when you get to know a woman, you get to learn her interest. You take her out on a date, you court her to get to know her interests. You supposed to sup with the Lord like that. Get to know what he likes, what he don't likes.
Yep.
What he loves, what he hates. You learn the interest. You know what I'm saying? You supping with that woman. You know what I'm saying? You trying to, finesse, trying to get in that thing. But Jake don't look at the truth like that. They really don't. You know what I'm saying? Just like we heard that a brother from the Dallas camp just left. He gave his resignation papers. Another brother in Charlotte decided he want to do his own thing. Like, it's just Jake, his mind be on the wrong thing.
Yep.
One thing you got to realize when you come into this truth is you're not that important.
Yep.
That's the first thing Jake needs to realize.
I just had that scripture.
You are not that important. You are not more important than the flaw. Whatever you got going on in your personal life, whatever you think you are, because Jake could come in the truth, be in the truth for 5 years, and they think they got this super special relationship with the Lord that the elders ain't found. He got all the bees on his neck, look like LL Cool J with the chains on. He got all the bees on. He burning 50 incense at one time. Yeah, shallow wall. You know what I'm saying? He thinks he has like a special relationship outside of the rest of the brothers. You are not that important, man. This is about the body. This is about the flaw. Why do you think we say we have 100% truth? As a body, we have 100% understanding of what the Lord needs us to know. Because if I don't know something, the brother next to me may know. If that brother don't know, the brother next to him may break it down properly. As a body, we have 100% truth.
Sure.
But by yourself, you alone. You alone out there, brother.
Right. Yep.
You going to war by yourself, brother.
What?
Go ahead, brother. I ain't. Go ahead, all.
It says Romans 12:1. So it says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto Yahweh, which is your reasonable service. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that's good and acceptable, the perfect will of Yahweh. And how and the only way you're gonna be able to do those things is if you cling to the Lord. And jumping on to the point, it says, for I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think.
See, because we still in debt with the Lord, man. And
Yep.
you see that with a lot of Jakes, man. Especially I've been seeing it lately with a lot of new Jakes that have been coming. I'm like that mentality of you can just see it on like they think they're some special separate dude. Like they was called to a special mission. Man, we all fighting for the same penny. We all eating the foul food. We all clocking in 9 to 5 jobs. You gotta get out of that me spirit. Everything about me. You know, because a lot of situations, a lot of times brothers will leave certain camps or just fall out because they didn't agree with a certain situation. But you got to meditate on that and rebuke them demons and say, you know what? I'm not that important. Why am I putting my matters over the body?
Right.
You know, why am I putting what I want to do over the body? It's about the Lord's flock, forsake not the sheep. You got to watch out for the sheep. And a lot of Jakes don't learn that when they come into this truth. We're all being made leaders. We're all being made shepherds. You got to watch how you move around brothers that are under you, brothers that are around you, because you may affect a brother a certain way. You know, and we don't know who is the elect. It's all about the Lord's flock. You know, we didn't call none of us into this thing. I didn't call this brother didn't call me. The Lord specifically chosen each and every one of us, called each and every one of us himself, handpicked us, whether we endure to the end or not. We were called. Many were called. So who are you to boast yourself amongst another brother like that? You don't know who that brother is to the Lord. You don't know how special that brother is to the Lord. But you putting yourself on a high esteem, like, what my situation is more important than yours. My hell is more vicious than yours. You don't understand me.
Mm-hmm. And they feel like that they don't really need advice from the brothers or the Akim that are in this truth no more. You know, when they on that, you know, they feel like they're on that high horse, so to speak. You know, they no longer they think they know it all, man. So they're not really looking for advice from another brother or, you know, a certain situation or something that they're going through. You know, they're trying to handle it all on their own, man. You know, I got a quick preset real quick.
Go ahead, bro.
Sirach 32 and 19. It says, do nothing without advice, and when thou hast once done, repent not. You know, so we should be seeking advice. You know, if you're going through you're not sure about something, or you're going through a situation, you know, you're supposed to seek advice from the brothers that have been in this truth longer than you, man.
You by yourself now, so who gonna call you mother?
Right,
who you gonna call to?
A nigga in the world?
Yeah, because the scriptures say when 2 or 3 are gathered, there's the Lord in the midst of them.
Exactly.
So amongst the brothers, that's where the comforter lies. That's where you're going to get the wisdom. When you just by yourself, you know what you got? You and them demons that want you back in the world. You know what I'm saying? And that's a horrible spot to be in. You know? So these brothers now, I'm not saying a brother that may leave and do his own thing that he can't make it, but it's way harder to endure by yourself than with the body. And it's gonna be few brothers that make it that way, because it ain't about a lone wolf thing. It's about the flock growing as brothers. When you read in the passages about the apostles and disciples, the Lord called them and chose each and every one of them. They were all different. Paul was a murderer. He was murdering the saints. He wasn't part of the 12, but he was still part of, you know, the apostles. You know, he called and chosen each and select one of those to come together. And that's why a lot of times they were having quarrels, because they had their differences, but they never put themselves before the flock. That's the most important thing. They never put themselves before the flock. And if it's going to affect the flock, you need to think twice about it. You know, let's say you've been in the truth 7 years, you know what I'm saying? And you got brothers that under you been in 2 years, and you just leave on some Rambo shit. Now they looked up to you, and now you just affected their whole spirit on how they look when they look like, damn, what? You know, how should I conduct myself? Why would that brother just leave? Da, 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 da. You see how you're not thinking about the flock, you're just thinking about yourself. When something can be a minute, that's very little. A lot of times it be little shit, bro. It don't even be big shit.
Right. It could just be a simple disagreement, you know, or argument, you know, or something even amongst the brotherhood, man. You got it.
Hey, that's what bros always talk about. Which it doesn't matter. You know, something small can always end up leading to some very, you know, a bigger situation. That's why, you know, amongst brothers, and it can happen. Little things that people try to hold in. That's why, you know, you have to let things out. Right. You have to, you know, sit brothers down and just air things out sometimes, because it can be certain things bros can be holding in that happened like 5 years ago. They don't know how to say it, and then that one thing. Okay, y'all at y'all somewhere, y'all out somewhere, and something just bound to happen. On you. Alcohol jump, shit, alcohol in it. Right. You know what?
God.
He get triggered.
Or either swallow it, you know, like either swallow it, you know, forget about it, or if it's really bothering you, bring it up with the brother, you know, talk about it, and you know, and that's what's gonna help you get through it, man. You know, you and the other brother can come to an agreement, or you know, if it's something light, the other brother might not even know anything about it, man. He might even not even know that he offended you or anything, man. So you know, it just depends. You know what type of situation it is, but sometimes you just got to swallow, because you might be looking at it through, you know, a wrong lens, so to speak. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, you know, certain guys, they, you know, they're very good at knowing dates. They'll say, yeah, Art, you know, 2015 on Sunday, March 28th, you did this, you know, and you did that, and I ain't like that. And you'd be like, huh? So what, you know, what? So you've been
might not even remember it.
You've been harvesting this the whole time?
Exactly. It won't even weigh out to what you talking to them about. But Carruthers say he had a precept. Then we get yours.
It goes into being humble, like y'all was speaking about earlier. This is 1 Peter 5:6. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of Yahweh, that he may exalt you in due time. So going into being humble, man, don't think of yourself more than what it is that you actually are, man. We are all nobody, man. And if we were actually anybody, man, we would be up there sitting next to the Lord, man. But we not anybody, man. That's it. That was just it.
I'm gonna finish our Romans.
Oh, come.
This is the last one. Romans 12:3. For I say through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, according as Yahweh have dealt to every man the measure of faith.
Hey, soberly. So you take time out and think about the situation, weigh it out. Is what I'm going through more important than the body? Especially if you're in a leadership position. Everybody want to be the man, but don't nobody want to be the man. When you put in leadership positions, you know what type of sacrifices you got to make. You know what I'm saying? You can't always do the shit that you want to do. You know, you have to be a good example, man. You know, and we all are learning to be leaders. Whether you're under a brother, whether you're over a brother, you're soon gonna have people under you. We all gonna have people under us, man. Especially if we're part of the Lord's elect. So before you can learn to lead, you need to learn to follow. And you ain't following nobody when you by yourself on some Rambo shit, doing as thou wilt. Go ahead, Ayash. You got something.
Hey, I'm gonna get this precept for soberly right quick. It says, and it's an adverb. It says, in a serious, sensible, or solemn manner, in a manner that is with moderation or self-restraint, temporarily. So just going back into you know what the Bible was saying, you got to be sober, man. You got to be sober, like the scripture was saying. You got to be. It's a serious thought process. You got to take a step back and think about, is what I'm saying or what I'm doing going to affect the body? So, like you got it, Ayash.
No, that was perfect. Go ahead, Ayash. Brother, we can't hear you.
The book of Tobit, chapter 4, verse 18. Ask counsel of all that are wise, and despise not any counsel that is profitable.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
You want to expound on that?
Yeah, you know, I mean, so even amongst the brothers, you know, you have to ask counsel, you know. You know, that's where you get wise wisdom from, you know. Even in the spirit, you know, you have to ask the Lord for counsel as well.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, you got these guys that think they're gonna be the only guy in the chariot. When they get beamed up, they're gonna be in the fellowship by themselves. So all these brothers you done pushed off as part of the 144, now you in a new body next to them, and you just, oh yeah, you know, we come on, man.
Right.
We working this thing out together.
Khan, you know, and if I may say this last thing, you know, you can't ask wise counsel if you know, you're by yourself. You know, that's why the brotherhood is so important.
Khan.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep. Because we'll see guys out there, these people don't know, but you'll see a lot of these guys that don't have GMS part of their name, but they do get advice from GMS.
Yep.
Like the brothers that get in contact with them and show them things and how they should post up on the highways and byways. You know what they should do, what they should not do. They seek the wise counsel. Even they understand that, you know, even though they're not in GMS, the body is important. You know.
Yep.
When you don't have that understanding of the importance of the brotherhood, why the Lord gave brothers, you know what I'm saying? Then you're lost, man. You know. Go ahead, brother.
That's all I had on that.
I got precept.
Go ahead, Method.
This is Romans 13:1. It says, "Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of."
Oh, and just real quick, the reason, you know, we kind of went off into the brotherhood, but that even ties back into leaning upon the comforter. It's like we're saying that the comforter, Yahweh lies amongst the body, the brotherhood. And you got some brothers that need the brotherhood more than other brothers. Some brothers may not need the brotherhood that much. So you got some brothers that need the brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? Really need it. Like need to hear from brother, need to vent the brother. Some brothers do. You know what I'm saying? That's why the brotherhood is here. You know, you always have something to lean on just in case. You know what I'm saying? You got some brothers that can help you in financial situations when you need it. You got some brothers that can help you in spiritual situations when you need it. The body is a beautiful thing. You know, you lean on it when you need it. It's like that comforter, that staff. You know, go ahead, brother.
It says, "Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinances of Yahweh, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation. For rulers are not a terror to do good works, but to the evil wilt thou then not be afraid of the power? Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same." You got it, Abai.
Well, you know, you could touch on that because I chose it was a point you wanted to bring.
Yeah, Khan. You know, like you know, the Most High, you know, you might ask for something, you might pray for something, you might be seeking advice for something, and the Most High might tell it to you or bring it to light through the brotherhood. You know, through the brothers, man. You know, whether it's counsel, whether it's you just going one-on-one or just speaking amongst the brothers. You know. And the Most High has set up an order, man. There's an order in this truth, man. You know, like concerning the apostles and others, a great millstone on down. You know, if you're in a particular situation or if you're not sure about something, hey, man, that's why the brotherhood was set up, man. You know, that's why.
And I'm glad you said the elders, because here it is. They are our examples, right? They have been part of a body for over 3 decades.
Right.
So obviously, the lone wolf route is maybe not the best option. If your leaders that you're supposed to be following are part of a body. Now, you know, I got this here, this cover of this King James Study Bible, and you can just see the sheep. They're together. They're in the flock together. Now, you can be a goat, and see, goats, they like to string off and do their own shit.
Yeah.
Right.
But sheep, they like to follow together, you know? And that's a beautiful thing. That's why the Lord likened us as sheep. Go ahead, brother.
No, so like real quick, like you was saying earlier about, you know, the apostles. They've been in this thing for over 3 decades. They're still together. Yeah. You never heard one of the apostles, you know what? I'm well skilled.
Right.
I've been over here 3
bro,
decades.
Bro, and they can do that. Each and every one of our elders can actually break off and do their own, have their own camps, but it ain't about that.
Nope.
Right.
It's about, hey, what are we? Can a brother get me and Peter the lively stones? Because we're all building the temple together. We're not building our own separate temples.
I love when either Ashikato or Yashkabar.
Yeah. Whoever gets it. You know, we're not building our own separate temples. Here it is. I'm building a temple right here, and Matthew over there building his own temple. Hell no. I'm a stone that's being put there on top of a stone that was put there before me. You know, and we all as lively stones place ourselves to this temple is built up so we can be beamed up out of here, man, out of captivity. You know, but when you got it, go ahead and call it and read it.
This is 1 Peter 2, start at 2. As newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the word, that you might grow thereby.
And look, just because you're not a baby no more, because brothers do grow in the truth, guess what? You still need to go back to that milk. You still need to be on that milk too. Don't think you get too tall, you don't need milk no more. Milk is still beneficial, even in the world. Now Esau has defiled the milk, but milk is beneficial to you. All right. You drink milk throughout your years of your life. You don't just abandon the milk now that you're an adult. You always go have a drink, a glass of milk every now and then.
Right.
You know,
Right.
you may need it.
Yeah, there's
You're
still
going off on the deep end.
there's still nutrients in milk. You know that you still need.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, they say that nigga he got big off drinking milk, man. You know, it's nutrients in there. You know, but Jake, they'll leave the basic scriptures and go straight to the deep end. Then he called himself Gabriel. Kabar ya Allah.
Right.
I'm Gabriel. I had a vision.
Yeah, he done surpassed the elders, I guess.
Yeah. Nigga, you need a glass of milk. You know.
He need to settle.
He said, "Get him some milk.
He needs some
Stomach
milk.
hurt. He need to settle his stomach.
He said, "Get him some milk."
You know, if you need some Oreos with it, go ahead. Get in there, but you need some milk, brother.
That's
You
right.
know?
That's right.
Go ahead, Osh.
If so be ye have tasted that that the Lord is gracious, to whom coming as unto a lively stone, disallowed indeed of men, but chosen of the Most High and precious. Ye also, as lively stones, are built up a spiritual house and holy priesthood.
And that's why E can't overcome the elect.
That's
because
right.
you can't find our temple and tear and rent down the curtains,
Yep.
knock over the altars.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
hey, that's what he was trying to do, man.
Yeah.
You know? Where that temple at?
Hey, we're gonna bomb the bombs on drone it.
And holy priesthood to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to the Most High.
A holy priesthood is a priesthood made up of one man or multiple men.
It's a priesthood.
When you go into the Levitical priesthood, now we're all being made priests. It ain't just about the Levites no more. But when you go into the Levitical priesthood, don't you know Levi was the last tribe to be made a tribe? Because at first they were dispersed amongst all the tribes. That's why when the 10 tribes came over here to America, you had a lot of Levi that came over to America too, because you needed the Levitical priests in each and every tribe to administer the law. When you go back to the tabernacle, we all had our different sections where we lived: the north part, the south part, the east part, and the west part. We had 3 tribes on the west, 3 tribes on the east, 3 tribes on the south, 3 tribes on the north. But dispersed throughout all the tribes was Levi administering the law, right? Together.
Yeah, it tells you even in the law that Levi couldn't get their own land.
Yeah.
The priest.
Yep. And why was the Levi even instituted in the first place? Because Moses couldn't do it all by himself. That's why Jethro told him, look, man, you're going to drive yourself crazy trying to lead all them niggas by yourself. You need men under you. And that's when the Levitical priesthood became a thing, the Levites. So us being a holy priesthood, we're coming together building a spiritual temple, and we're leading our nation. Not doing our own thing, but together under the spinning part Yahweh Shem Share.
Sure.
Go ahead, brother.
You are built up a spiritual house and holy priesthood to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable unto the Most High by Yahushua Mashiach.
And part of those sacrifices is what? Giving up what you want or what you think is right. That goes into that too. Making sacrifices for the body. It's not always about you no more, man. You've been called into something greater than yourself. That's why you can't be so stuck in the now. You got to be focused on the kingdom. You're going to get everything that you want in the kingdom, man. You know? Sacrifice now so you can do what the hell you want to do in the kingdom. You can have your own land in the kingdom. You ain't nobody going to bother you. You ain't got to tap in, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you gonna be a king, a priest in that time. But right now, we building back the nation, man, with the elect. We got to get in order, man. You know?
About ourselves.
Yeah, the Lord is finally calling us back from what we were, you know.
Time to build.
Yeah.
Was that in Ecclesiastes? A time to build.
Yep.
In that time, man.
Yep.
You can't be like, no, I don't feel. I'm gonna go over here and build over here. Nah, man.
You can't build something as fast as multiple people building at the same time.
Yeah.
You know?
You do your own thing after it's built. You can go to Cuba after y'all done building the house.
Right.
But while the work is needing to be done, your ass better have a hammer, some screws,
Right.
laboring, man.
Yeah.
But then once the job is finished, then you can go sit pina coladas. Yeah, we got that shit built, man. We did a good job. Somebody that moved in the house, we cashed out on that job. Right now we building a spiritual temple, and it's not even for us, it's for the Lord, our Lord Yahweh Shai. He's coming back to get his kingdom. And he wants his temple, which is that bride, the elect, the 144, to be found without spot or blemish. Go ahead, Karol.
I got two. It's Romans 12:9 says, let love be without dissimulation. Abhor that which is evil, cleave to that which is good. Be kindly affectionate one to another with brotherly love. In honor, preferring one another, not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord. So you got to have a fiery spirit. You got to understand it's not about you, man. I could pick up these bricks by myself and build this half on my own. Nah, why do that? Why? Hey, the scripture talks about what in Ecclesiastes, it says be not over righteous, man. Now you may think it feel, hey man, fuck all that, man. We are like brothers know we are a social people. We are Yasharala. I know, both should never have that. I want to do my own thing. That really kind of just shows you something really going on inside
you. Yep. Yeah. Just to make a quick point.
You got it, bro.
I was watching Shaq, one of Shaq's interviews. And he was speaking about the 2 times that he messed up. First with the Orlando Magic. The first year he got Penny Hardaway, they beat Michael Jordan and the Bulls. They put him out the playoffs. But he said Penny had so much pride and he had so much pride. They both thought it was their team. They wanted to be the guy. So it broke off. But he said if they would have stayed together, they probably would have been better than him and Kobe. But their pride got in the way, wanting to do their own things. Then he said when he got to the Lakers and he won 3 with Kobe, he said his pride once again got in the way. Him and Kobe started bumping heads. Kobe thought it was his team. He thought it was his team. He said if him and Kobe would have stayed together, ain't no telling how many championships they would have won. But because they thought they were bigger than the team, bigger than what the purpose was, it all fell apart. And they didn't win again. So you thinking that you're the man, I don't give a damn how skillful you are. You need the brothers, man. Go ahead, Karol.
So it says, not slothful in business, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord. It says, rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing instant in prayer. Last one, distributing to the necessity of saints, giving to hospitality. You got it, bro.
You can expound on that.
It says distributing. Now, when you distribute something, that means you're pushing something out. We're pushing it out. There's truth on it, man.
Hey, it also goes right back into what Abai was saying about the team. How you have these superstar players, and they'll actually clash head with other players that are so-called superstars, because of their pride. And it also goes into, you see a lot of these superstar players don't have, a bunch of regular athletes on their team, and they feel like they got to do it all, or they feel like, I'm just going to run up the court, shoot a 3, or dribble through 3-4 guys and dunk, and then the team is looking at that particular player like, use me, I'm the help. You could have passed the ball. We could have made it easier on you and easier on the team as a whole. Also,
hey, the perfect example of that this year with LeBron and the Lakers.
Yep,
they had the good pieces to win.
Yep.
To at least get in the playoffs, but they wanted to do it the LeBron way.
Yep.
You right? But if you got a team that you got big men that you could utilize them, maybe you might need to focus the offense through them for a couple of games.
Yep.
Because that matchup fits them better. You can't play every game just running off your own schemes. You have different matchups every night. You may need
Right.
that brother on the bench that's
Right.
only good for defense. You may need to throw his ass in the game on certain plays when you need him. You can't just keep him there because he ain't a star. You know,
Right.
you can't be bigger than the purpose. And
Yep.
our purpose is to get the kingdom.
Yep.
Fuck what the hell I want, man. You know, I ain't give up my family in the world. I ain't give up my desires in the world. You know what I'm saying? The lust I had in the world to then come into the truth and then think I'm bigger than what I've been called into. Get the
Right,
fuck
right.
out of here, man.
Con.
If I may make a quick point right quick,
And we the 12 tribes, not a bayou. It's making an example.
Yeah.
That's your Karab, you know?
Yeah. Come, I got a precept if I can bring. I got a precept if I can bring it out.
Let Carruthers make his point real quick.
Oh, okay,
then.
con.
just my point was the Lord Yahushua, he didn't come down here saying that he was bigger than his purpose. He even put together a team for himself, even though we know he's the cornerstone that set up everything, and we're building off of him. He set up a team to assist him and help him. So we all got to be a body, like y'all brothers were saying.
That's right.
It goes into the Romans the 12th chapter. You got it, Yashkabar.
Con. I was gonna go into the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 12.
That's what I had.
Oh man, there's so much in this.
Now I would go. I would just jump to the point at 11 and 12.
Well, let me see.
A lot of meat up there.
All right. Verse 11. Well, actually, I'll start on verse 14. For the body is not one member, but many. If the foot shall say, because I am not the hand, I am not of the body.
No, start at 11, brother.
Start at 11? Oh, okay,
Yeah, start
Con.
at 11.
Con. The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 11. But all these work of that one and the self same spirit, dividing to every man severally as he will. For as the body is one, he hath many members, and all the members of that one body, being many, are one body.
That's right.
And so is the Hamashiach.
There you go.
Yep.
The body is Yahweh Shai. So when you start thinking you're bigger than the body, really you think you're bigger than Yahweh Shai. Because like Carruthers said, Yahweh Shai is not here right now. So who do you have? You have your brothers. Then Yahweh Shai say, how can you love me when you got your brother right there and you despise your brother?
Con. That's
You
right.
got your brother right there, and you talking about you love me. You have never even seen me. You don't even know what the hell I look like. You don't even know what I'm coming back looking like.
Yep.
But you saying you love me, you hate your brother.
And that also goes into don't think, that your job is not important, man. That the Most High has called you, you might be a year or two in this truth, and don't think that what you're doing is not important, man. Just like
he's going to go into that. As he reads, he's going to go into that.
Okay, yeah. I'm jumping up a little bit. Go ahead.
All right, Con, verse 13. For by one spirit we are all baptized into one body, whether we be Jews or Gentiles, whether we be bond or free, and have been all made to drink into one spirit. For the body is not one member, but many.
Yep.
If the foot shall say, because I am not the hand, am I not of the body?
There you go, Metadad.
Yeah, Con. Just basically I was going into, don't think that your job is not important, because it's like the brother is reading and going into, your body can't operate at its maximum potential or efficiently without all of its components. Like if you lose your pinky toe, you could go ahead and try to, you're not going to be able to.
You're going to be living.
You ain't going to be able to function 100%, If you got a PS2 or a game system and you open it up and just take, what does this little chip do? And you just take it out and put it back together and play the game. Man, something ain't going to be
malfunctioning.
The whole shit ain't working. And the A button don't work no more. X don't work. A don't work. Everything else work though. The game ain't working efficiently, man.
That's beautiful, brother. Hey, that system needs all its parts. Even the littlest nanobite particle. Even this Karagma that they about to institute. You got to give E some credit. That's some miraculous technology, even though the Lord gave it to him.
Yep.
You know, something to be that small that to be able to control your finances, heal your ailments, you know, all type of shit that thing can do. That little. But you think if you take a little piece out of it, it's going to work properly? No.
Yeah.
You know, how much more us? We
Right,
need
right.
we need each other. You know what I'm saying? We need these back with the brothers that had the precepts to feed off one another. You may need the brother in the camp that's the you know the bodyguard brother that smack a nigga upside the head if you get out. You may need that brother sometimes. You may need you may need the brother that's mellow to chill situations out.
Yep.
You know, like, hey brother, you know, this situation ain't need for that. You need all of that, man.
Right.
You know, but when you out there by yourself, you gonna act how you want to act when you want to act the way you want to act that moment. No discernment, no discretion. You ain't asking no wisdom from nobody. You have nobody to calm you down. And like I said, brothers that are out there by themselves, hey, you're gonna have brothers that make it. But majority of brothers in that lone wolf spirit, this is not what that is about.
Right.
Finish that off on yours.
And even the ones that are out there, you know, teaching on the highways and byways by themselves, you know, because a lot of us were out there on the highways and byways teaching by ourselves. You know, we all pray to Yahweh, but I mean, I can't speak with other brothers, but you know,
that shit so.
Yeah, we always pray to Yahweh Shem Yahushua that Lord willing we could get into a GMS camp, man.
Hey,
you know, like we didn't want to keep going out there in the highways. You don't want to do nothing by yourself, first of all, man.
That's right. Yeah.
You know, you know,
you out there. Man, I remember the first time, bro. I'm out there nervous as a mother. I'm looking. These niggas might try to run up on me. I ain't got nobody to have my back.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? You don't want to go through that shit.
Hey, you security, you the precept guy, you the camera
you
guy.
Every goddamn thing.
You reading the comment board. you open it up. You know, you basically doing it all, man. It's not, you know, you basically seeking, you know, if you're in sincere, you're actually seeking to get around brothers, man, that have that like mind, you know. And
yeah, you feel confident. The first time you get amongst most brothers, man, I remember the first time I was amongst brothers, I just felt a comfort, a safety, like, yeah, I got brothers with me. I don't feel shit. Fuck you niggas. I'm holding that sign high up like a motherfucker, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just like hey, Bob can attest to this, man. You know, right after that split happened in the VA camp, man. Hey, I know I couldn't do this thing on my own, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Hey, that's a good point, brother. Because hey, I was about to go back up by myself, but I was like, when this brother hit me back up again, he was like, nah, let's join back up. Of course. I'm like, hell yeah. Because doing this shit by yourself, this ain't what that about.
Nah, it ain't.
This ain't what that is about, man. And that takes understanding. The body is important, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and we all grow together. We help each other grow. It's a beautiful thing to see the brother next to you mature and grow in his faith. You be like, damn, this brother growing. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing to see that as you grow together, because the things you went through, you know what it took to get through it, you know? But you don't have those experiences by yourself. You know? Go ahead, brother.
If I may say this, being in this truth, I've never depended on anybody in my life other than myself. Now I'm around a bunch of brothers that you know I can actually say his word is bond. He will do this. I will do this for him. You know, out there in the world, you know, you ain't gonna get that at all.
Right.
Yep. Is it therefore not of the body?
Yep.
You want me to continue on?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay,
bro.
come. Verse number 16. Salah, and if the ear shall say, because I am not the eye, am I not of the body?
Yeah, you got your eyes, but now you take your ears away, you can't hear shit.
Right.
You know, you can see a baddie, but you can't hear her voice.
Right.
You know, even in these weak ass bodies we got now in the kingdom, the new bodies man, our taste is gonna be elevated to a whole, bro. Our taste buds is gonna be able to taste everything that's in food. Your hearing is going to be on a whole nother level. Your eyesight is going to be on a whole nother level. You're going to be able to see the tiniest bug on a tree miles away.
Hey, like you was going into it by, I remember you brought this in the chat a couple weeks ago. You know, like the animals already have spiritual powers on a lower level, man. You know, I also did a video on it, man. You know, like a bird has like crazy vision. You know, an ant, they said an ant can lift like 400 times its weight, man.
Yep.
No, so
you got certain animals that could chameleon. They can camouflage with their environment. That's
Right.
spiritual power.
Right. So if you just have if you just had the powers of some of these animals, man, that would be considered spiritual. If you can lift 400 times your weight,
That's
you know what
spiritual power.
you lifted up a building.
You can live
And
a tank.
not to mention, man, I look, see, this truth opens your mind up to so many things. You even look at ants differently. Because I was on my road the other day and I seen an ant go in the ground. But as a child, you really didn't know what was under there.
Yeah.
But now you understand there's cities under that damn ground that'll blow your damn mind. This little hole that this ant just went into leads this motherfucker through tunnels and bridges and houses that they done built. That's the wonders of the Lord, man. Even that's spiritual power. Building is a spiritual power, man. Go ahead.
I was chopping, you know, you take the I think the ore, you put it in the tree, you split the logs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I remember not too long ago, I was splitting logs, and it was a whole ant farm. And there was a dude, this Jake that was with me doing it, this older Jake, he was telling me what ants do when it's hot. They'll go into trees because they know trees got water in them.
Yep.
And that's how they make their nests inside trees.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they'll and what they do, I think like the female ant is so much bigger than them. So what they'll do, they'll let her stay inside. Yeah. And they'll let her stay inside, and like they boil all the other ants.
Right.
While the men ants, they go out, do the work,
right.
man.
And you know when you out, you might just see one ant. You be like, oh shit, it's an ant. That ant ain't by itself, man. That ant's out, scoping things out so they can go give a report back to the rest of the thousands of ants that are deep in some hole somewhere, man.
The ants that be at the camp.
Right, you might drop a piece of candy or something, and one ant, come over and find it. Next thing you know, there'll be 1,000 ants all over there.
Because what do ants do? They follow.
Right.
They follow. They follow that line, man. But
they leave a scent. They leave a scent like some type of pheromone for the other ants to follow behind it.
Yeah. And they even walk in the line when they find something. They got a route. They got a certain path, and they all walk in that same route, that same path, man. Yeah, you got it, man.
Yeah, just a quick one, real quick. In Proverbs chapter 6, since we talking about the ants, this is Proverbs chapter 6, verse 6. Go to the ant, thou sluggard. Consider her ways and be wise, which having no guide, overseer, or ruler, provideth her meat in the summer and gathereth her food in the harvest. Hey, building and working, that's spiritual power.
Mm-hmm.
And ants have order, and ants know without the colony. That's why it's called an ant colony. Without the colony, an ant ain't shit.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Even in that movie, what was it? I think it was Bugs. Right?
There was a movie called Ants.
Yeah, ants and the ants were scared of the oil. They were scared of like the wasps or some shit. But they came together against the whatever the big bugs were. The ants came together, riled up as a colony, and overcame the enemy.
Yep.
But if they were by themselves, hey, them Disney be having some spiritual movies. Yeah, but if they were by themselves, they wouldn't be able to overcome the enemy.
Right. Yeah. Hey, well, you got some ants out there that actually, that's beautiful that you said it, because there's some ants, I believe they got like fire ants over in Africa, that can almost like eat a whole cow. That they got these ants that when they get into in a large multitude, they can actually take down, a very significantly bigger animal.
Yeah, army ants.
Army
ants do that.
Yep.
Even bees. There's a video on YouTube. These bees took down a hornet. Hornets are big as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But they came together because the bees together they create like a heat. They buzz together on you, and they stay together, and they create like a heat. And they fry your ass.
Yeah.
They fry your ass together.
That's crazy.
And before you know it, your ass through. You know what I'm saying? Because they working together, man.
Yeah, God.
And that's in the Lord's creation. Even in nature with lions, you may have the pride of the pack, but he ain't shit without the rest of the pack, without the flock behind him.
I got something on ants right quick.
He like to be the king of the jungle, but why be the king if you ain't got nobody following you? That's behind you.
Right.
Wolf packs, they hunt together. They love hunting together. Wolves love hunting together. They get that signal. Oh, all right, time to move up. We got some food. You know. Go ahead, Corona.
It says I just googled what do ants do. It says ants play an important role in the environment. Ants turn and irrigate the soil, allowing water and oxygen to reach plant roots. Ants take down seeds in their tunnel to eat the nutrients. I can't say this E word, that are part of the plant, part of the seed. These seeds often sprout and grow new plants. So as a colony, they're planting, they're turning the soil. As a colony, they're allowing the earth to grow. All right, and just looking at us as a body, we're bringing forth the sheep of the Lord, so we can grow as a nation and bring forth the kingdom. That's all. And play a heavy role, you know.
Yeah. Quick question for Esau, since you brought that out. Esau, I want to know evolution. What evolved first, the soil or the ants? or did the Lord build them together?
Right.
Yeah, that's another cut.
Yeah, and even the animals, even the smallest insect, you know, the smallest thing that you see on the earth, living organisms, all have a purpose on this earth, man. Just like the brother was bringing out, you know, like, you know, for growth, for the plants, you know, you might see some ants or see a bug or a spider and see, you know, like it has no purpose or has no reason, but being there just to be a pest. But actually, it has a reason, you know, for the whole earth to work efficiently, man. Everything works together on this earth, man, and everything was put here for a reason, you know.
The moon relies on the sun to clock his ass out.
Right.
Nigga, it's time to clock out. Make sure you clock out on time.
Right.
The sun relies on the moon to clock out on time.
Yep.
They work in unison.
And everything has its particular order, man. You know, everything is right where it needs to be. If you move the moon up a couple feet, hey, man, it'll be catastrophe on the earth, man. If you move the sun a little bit farther away, a couple feet farther away, or a couple feet closer, you know, it would be a catastrophe on this earth. And this earth, you know, would if you move the sun closer, you know, things are gonna fry up. If you move it too far away, things will freeze.
We're there. We can barely handle 90 degrees. Can you imagine if the sun was closer? We'll fry. Go ahead. Karal, you say yes?
Yeah, Hebrews 10 and 24. And let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works, not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as ye see the day approaching.
That's right. Hey, we should want to be around the brothers, man, more than these niggas in the world, man. You know, you should enjoy being around the brothers, and it should be, you know, when we get around each other, you know, our spirit feels better, man.
My cousin. Yep. My cousin, you know.
Your boy, he on the other side of the board.
Yeah, my fucking.
Oh cousin.
Yeah, but my boy in the world.
Right.
Fuck all that, man. I used to be like that. Man.
Right.
We got to a point, man. Yo, fuck these, yo.
And it helps you. Helps you build, man. Helps you get stronger. Helps you grow in this truth, man. Being around brothers, you know, talking about, you know, what you went through this week, or how you came into this truth, what we're all going through.
Hey,
you know,
not to mention the chat we've been blessed with, man. We be getting so much information from brothers.
Hey, you remember how we used to do the chat? We used to do the phone joint.
Oh yeah, the phone call, man.
Brothers would be snoring on that joint.
but the chat groups allow you to throughout the whole day.
Yeah, that was
in communication the whole day with bros.
Yep.
So information coming out all day.
Yep. The Lord brought that whole chat thing, you know, for a reason, man. YouTube, the chat, like the brother was going into, all these little different platforms. You think, oh, somebody just thought about it and made this to make money off of. Nah, man, everything's of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, man. It was put there for a reason. Hey, man, just like you said, the chat, man, is a serious tool. You know,
that's a secret hideout, man. I got a quick precept. This is what the Lord said to Esau. This is Psalm chapter 50, verse 21. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself. But I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. Yep. And that's what's scaring Esau. He's seeing us being set in order as a body before his eyes. That's the scariest thing for E, to see us in unison.
Yep.
He don't give a damn about a Rambo dude by himself, lone wolf. And seeing non-violent, like MLK, non-violent brothers just
Right.
waiting on the Lord in the same spirit. That's deadly, bro.
Yeah, 2/3.
Yeah. Hey, Esau didn't even like when our people were coming together to a certain standpoint, and that was, wasn't even in righteousness concerning Black Wall Street.
Yep.
They bombed the hell out of that, and you still had niggas in that doing all types of wickedness, man.
Yep.
So they really don't like, when the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans come together and in righteousness, man. According to this wisdom, knowledge, and truth, man. Go ahead, brother.
He's going to what the brother was going into. Proverbs 27:17. Iron sharpeneth iron. So a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend.
That's right. So you can't get sharp if you hanging around a whole bunch of wood.
Now your mama gonna sharpen you.
You know what I'm saying? You can't. You hanging around a whole bunch of wood and plastic. Some weak metal. You ain't gonna be able to sharpen yourself, man. You ain't gonna be able to get stronger, man. You got to hang out with, men that be like thee, man. That's what we're out there searching for, the hopeful elect, man. We're searching for people who are like us, that have the same mind, man. Read that again, brother.
So yeah, it'd be just a quick point. It'll be plenty of times at camp. Shit, it happened this past week. Hey, brother, remember I was like, I just had an epiphany. Brothers would just be going in the spirit, bouncing off one another, and you just thought, hey, oh shoot, I remember this. Oh shit, this is crazy what I just found out. Just because we're in the spirit working together. Because the way we went into that olive tree, you know what I'm saying? And hey man, we was going in the spirit, but it'd be like that a lot of times with brothers in camps. You don't get that by yourself.
Yeah,
right. Working together, that's a beautiful thing. Go ahead, Carl.
It says Proverbs 27:17. We can go wrap it up real soon too.
Come on.
Iron sharpeneth iron, so a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend.
That's right, man. Being around the brotherhood is going to help you grow, more efficiently, quickly. Okay, and the way Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he set it up that way, man. You're supposed to. The Lord didn't set it up for you just to be out there by yourself. If you look at any person in sports, or basically all aspects of life, man. They weren't just out practicing by themselves, and that they got to the stage where they could compete on that level, man. They had people around them. They had coaches who were playing in different games. They had a team. They had a father that would constantly stay on them. They had a whole entourage around them to that allow. And look at Mike Tyson, man. Mike Tyson didn't just go and start. I'm just gonna hit the bag 3 times a week and start boxing and see how good I can get. Nah, man, he had Customado. He had, and then that was a whole entourage of different trainers and this, that, and so forth that elevated him to that level, man. Because he would have never got to that level by himself.
One thing why Customado actually took heed to actually like Mike Tyson. A lot of times you go in.
It was like he made him like his son.
Yeah, you go in these little sport worlds. They'll be with you, but they're not really behind you.
Right.
They're just there for the money. But they push them for basically their own benefit.
Right.
But the thing about it, how much more of us? We actually do this out of love. We don't. It's not no gimmick with us. We're not pushing. I was gonna push him to be such so I can get some money. It ain't about that, and that's why a lot of dudes they were pushed out there and then they crumbled. But see us, we push each other for what? To be better, and to stay, 10 toes down in this truth. And we tell our people, cleave. Hey, the lesson was cleave. We tell our people to cleave unto the Lord.
And when you saw that, as soon as Customado died, what did Mike Tyson go through? He got a whole bunch of
Don King.
He had all these people that were trying to take money from him, steal from him. He got involved in drugs and basically was on the decline, man.
Bugged up. Hey, since y'all on boxing, just real quick, when you look at the movie Rocky, really, when you go into it, how did Apollo really die? He wasn't listening to his team. That nigga was on some YOLO. I'm doing this for my legacy. I want to feel young again.
He said he's doing this for America.
Yeah, that nigga
That's right.
Because he got in that ring and he felt young again. He was
he looked at his woman. He looked at his woman in the crowd.
Yeah. They tried to, because they wanted to throw the towel in. But this nigga, he wanted to stay in so he can, and how he ended up through.
Yep.
Go ahead, Kura.
I got Deuteronomy 11 and 22. There's a couple verses. It says, "For if ye shall diligently keep all these commandments which I command you to do them, to love the Lord your power, to walk in all his ways and to cleave unto him," and that's our message.
Yep.
Then will the Lord drive out all these nations from before you, and ye shall possess greater nations and mightier than yourselves. And we understand, and that's why we make these lessons and these videos through the Spirit of Yahweh and Shah for the brother. Because the Lord, what does eventually the Lord say he's going to do? He's going to allow us to rule over the nations, man. What is that in Revelations?
I'll give you rule.
I should give you rule over the nations, man.
That's
And
right.
this, he said that before time, and he's ready to do it again.
Right.
We're ready to rule the whole earth and galaxies, man.
That's right.
And that's why we admonish brothers that, hey, man, keep pushing, keep striving,
Right,
keep
right.
cleaving. Don't let nothing separate you from the Lord.
Right.
Going into what is it? Romans, shall adversity or such and such and such separate us from our hope?
Right.
God forbid, y'all forbid. So it says, every place wherein the soles of your feet shall tread, that your feet shall tread, shall be yours. And it says, from the wilderness in Lebanon, from the river Euphrates, over to the uttermost sea shall your coast be. But we understand the Lord is ready to give us the whole world, man. And what does that say in what is it, Second Ezra, the 6th chapter? How if you made the world for our sakes, why do these heathen seem as if they rule over us, man? And the Lord is going to flip that around. But what is one thing that we have to do first? Cleave to the Lord. And to cleave, what are we going to do? We're going to make sure, we're going to make it, Slaki. We're going to, how you say it? We're going to make sure our ego doesn't get past our heads. And pretty much we're going to make sure, it was every way I wanted to say it, but basically I'm going to say it like this. We're going to make sure we're going to stay amongst each other and stay together, regardless of how the shit that how we feel and the things that come up. Like I said, like a woman will try to lead you and be like, "Oh, you gay? You always around men? What are y'all fucking each other?" But you're gonna be like, you know what? You get cut off and whatever. See, that's what the world. See, they always. Me growing up, I always used to hear things how the world wants to break the bond of so-called Black, Latino, Hispanic men. They just want to completely break the bond of us. But see, we got that again. See, Black Panther was broken up. Everything that when Jake tried to get together was broken up. But see, now we're together by the truth, man. And that's why we admonish and we do lessons to let brothers know this is something to really cleave to, man. And we tell other brothers, man, fuck how you feel and what you got going on the side, whatever, man. This is something. Hey, brothers is very important, man.
Yeah, Jake can't never get set in order because of pride, but the scriptures tell you pride was not made for man.
That's right.
So you gotta sacrifice your pride when you come to this truth. That's not a character trait that the Most High likes. He hates pride. He hates prideful individuals. So if that's one of your attributes that you need to work on, and you need to work on that, man. Because having pride is not a good thing.
Right.
I'm gonna stand on what I think is right. How about suffering wrongfully?
Right.
Like the scriptures say. How about taking the low road? How about showing some humility?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you ain't nobody, and you're not that important. You got to stress that you are not that important. You're not important. You're not more important than the body.
That's right.
Can I grab this real quick?
Go ahead.
We got something else because we're gonna wrap it up soon.
I got a precept. It's a quick joint, but go ahead. Bring yours out.
It goes into not being prideful, not thinking too much of yourself, because it's all about just edifying and feeding the sheep. But this is 1 Corinthians 9:22. It says, "To the weak I became as weak, that I might gain the weak. I have made all things to all men, that by all means all means some save. And this I do for the gospel's sake, that I might be partakers thereof with you." So it's not about how strong a certain guy is, or it's about obtaining that salvation. One more verse. "Know ye not that they which run the race, that run in the race, run all, but one receives the prize. And that's a question, you know, because it's through the elect that we're going, the elect's going to get that. So run that you may obtain. You know, that's it.
Man, that's beautiful. Yep. And really, like Jake really ain't, you know, if you look at our people, they don't do anything together, man.
Nope.
You know, our people in the world, we were never together as a family. We never come together in any type of business, or even as we was going into in sports. Jake don't even want to play together on a high professional level, man. Jake want to start every goddamn game. Here it is, you a multi-millionaire. You got to start every goddamn game.
Hey, we were talking about that.
You know,
that's true.
Soccer player, the basketball player. I'm not playing every
right.
games. Man.
You don't never see the
I'm telling coach, yo, I ain't starting today. Hey, let him play.
Yeah, you don't never see a superstar be like, you know what, you start this time. I'll come in later on if y'all need me. You know, they got to start every goddamn game. They got to be on every goddamn commercial. They got to take every last shot. You know,
all up in the videos.
Yeah. All up in the videos. You know, so our people really ain't, you know, working together and coming together as a nation. You know, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans is almost foreign to them. They don't see that as profitable to them. You know, and it all goes into the curses, man.
And what's one thing Yahushua did? He built up the disciples because he knew he was going to go. He was about to go away. He was going to go to the Father. Now it's just like was going into the sports. Here it is, Kobe, right? Well, so say I'm a Kobe. Now here it is. I'm all about myself. Now what if I get hurt and nobody else got experience?
Right.
Nobody got experience working on the clutch, hard time, defense.
Right.
The whole team know me.
Right.
Kobe do what Kobe do. But fuck all that, man. If I was a Kobe, I'm not playing 82 games. Right. Let them build them other players up just in case something happened to me.
Hey, that's why Ella Elverson was like, practice. We talking about practice. Practice. I'm the best player on the team. We talking about practice.
Right. And see that. Hey, that's beautiful that you brought that out because the way Esau sets it up, it don't matter how many games a team wins. Esau really makes his money off of like, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Like exposure and like who everybody wants to see. You know, because they use basically all these advertisements off of
promotion,
sports games and stuff like that. So it really don't even matter if you're winning a lot of games. Esau's really making his money off of basically like almost like politics. You know,
can they build? Because as you can clearly see, they always every while they build up one
person where everybody's on the internet typing this in, or they can bring this topic up and everybody will tune in. Esau's gonna make money off of that, man. It really ain't about if there ain't scandals happening, if there ain't certain things happening. It don't matter how many games a team is winning. Esau really ain't profiting off of that. That's why you'll see somebody like Allen Iverson. You'll see all these scandals happen. You'll see different things happen, and Esau will be throwing money at these guys. You know,
go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I cut you off.
No, you good. Go ahead.
It's like going into your Jay-Z's, man. Esau only uses certain niggas.
Right. It don't matter how good his music is. Yeah. It don't matter how many albums he make. No, matter how good his music is. Esau ain't making really. He really about the deeper aspects of it. Exactly.
And see, that's why he on this thing, this truth that we have. We can't be broken up. We can't be broken. Right. You can't pull this brother aside. You can't pull me aside. You can't pull any brother aside and be like, right. We can make you the top guy.
See, Esau, he wants that influence. He wants to see how much influence you can have. Yep. You know, if you have a whole lot of influence, he's going to throw a whole lot of money at you, man. He wants you to get these niggas to drink more Pepsi and Sprite and eat more Big Macs. You know, going right on down the line to this problem, man. You know, that's what he's about. It ain't really about how good you are. All that, helps. But, he really wants your influence for you to be an influence of so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man.
And going back to what the Quran just said, that's why the scriptures say prove a friend. But
that's right.
Before you credit him, because if you do got a nigga like that can be persuaded by E, and you got to cut that nigga off. That's that nigga 11. If you can read the spirit on a brother like that, this nigga, he weak. He might try to they cut that brother off because you ain't bringing us down, nigga. You know what I'm saying? We need strong men, strong-minded men that have counted the cost and know what they're in, and not wavering, playing the fence. Or maybe this the truth, maybe this ain't the truth. You know, let me have a backup plan just in case over there in Kemet, over there in Christianity. Let me keep my membership at my church just in case. You know?
This like for
Right.
instance, I remember growing up in the world. I told myself like I would never be a rapper, but I would never ever portray a bad image towards
Right.
my people.
Right.
And you see, I had that. I always had a mindset that I'd rather just stay poor or in the ghetto opposed to being elevated and sending my people a bad message. But the point is, I always thought about my people. See, and Esau loves a person that is selfish minded. That's why it goes into the scripture in the last days. Many men should be lovers of themselves. Because this is what Esau promoted. Because again, that can easily bring in a new world order. Everybody's for themselves. But see, that's why it's very important that regardless of all these things that we have going on amongst our burdens, our afflictions, our adversities, our pain, our suffering, our shortcomings, that we remember the end goal, the bigger picture, you know. And
That's
if
right.
any brothers got anything
Yeah,
closing
yeah.
out,
I just
you
want to
got it.
say a
You
little
got it,
something.
bro.
Yeah, you can't keep your old gym membership, man. You can't just tuck your chain in. When they say up Friday, I'm just gonna tuck mine in. You got to be all in this truth, man. You know, like the scripture say, hey, man cannot serve two masters. Hey, man, you can't be double minded. You got to be fully persuaded in your own mind. You can't keep your old gym membership. So if it don't work out at this gym, you can go back.
Yeah. You think you're gonna get buffer on the bench press at Planet Fitness. Because 24-hour fitness, they bench press is kind of, get the fuck out of here.
Right. They got better benches. They got better cushion.
Yeah.
You can't. You gotta be all in, man.
Mhm.
Y'all got it.
I think of Yash.
Oh, Khan. The book of Mark, chapter 3 and verse 27. No man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he will first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house. That's
Yep.
why it's important, to maintain brotherhood, maintain the right spirit in this truth. You know what I'm saying? Because we are those strong men. You know what I'm saying? That we got to protect our house. Our spiritual house. And yeah, that's it.
It's just like in Ecclesiastes, it tells you two are better than one.
Yep.
One can defend another. And another thing too, if you was all one as a nation, Esau would think twice about basically what my point is, if Jake was united in those ghettos and inner cities, Esau wouldn't come in thinking he could just beat up a Jake or come in regulate law. He'll be like, yo, if Jake had that mindset, and we all gonna die for this project, it'll be a war up this bitch. Oh, Esau gonna think twice. Esau gonna be like, yo, man, they all persuaded to die. Yo, we gonna bring tanks, the helicopters. Even if we do, they all just gonna die. So it's like it's a big law. You know what, man? Just let them be, or just try to demonize them. Esau gonna have to really sit down and think. See, that's why Esau it's been taking so long. Esau to stop us, but he can't just come at us, man.
Yep. Hey, what's that video that's going around now? They say E got this looking glass operation shit, the way he been able to look into the future, and he keeps getting the same outcome. And the elites are scared out of their mind because whatever they try to do to alter it, the only thing they can do is control the minds of the people within that time, but they can't alter the future, the end result. And it keeps every time they run it, it keeps showing the same result, same result. And the guy at the end of the video, he said, "I finally found out for the elites, it's not the end of the world, it's the end of their world." That's what it's called.
Hey, that's the video you put in the chat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called Operation Looking Glass, man.
Yeah.
That's why the scriptures speak about they shall seek to their charmers, their wizards.
Right.
These motherfuckers are losing sleep, man. That's why they striking our videos, taking our channels down. They trying to alter the future, but it ain't gonna work.
They losing sleep like 100 to 200 feet underground in an underground mansion bunker facility somewhere. They waking up 500 feet underground. They ain't even sleeping, man. Mad and scared as hell watching our videos.
Yeah.
They got
Con, you
Hey,
know,
they
if I
like-
may say this, you know, the same guy that you're talking about said that once they make a move, the master chess player will make his move.
right.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah, and a good chess player already knows that the game's over. He already
Yeah.
knows he got him in checkmate 5,
Yeah.
6, even 10 moves before it happens. If he's
Yeah.
good, if he's good enough, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And that's how the Most High's got these Edomites, man. You
That's
know,
right.
he's got him in check, and he's had him in checkmate from the beginning. Esau didn't know it. He's just a part of the game. He's just a player.
That's word.
If I may add, that Project Looking Glass and what the end is going to be, that should also add comfort to us because we know the end is going to be us under rulership under the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah. That's all I wanted to say.
Oh, that's word.
Right.
Hey, Bruce can go ahead and wrap it up. You know,
Yep.
We won.
close it out. By you.
All right. Oh, so that was it, brothers. Ain't got nothing else. All right. We hope this was edifying. Shalom to everybody on the comment board. We want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh.
Hashem Yahushua, Hashem Yahushua.
Double honors to our teachers, the elder apostles of Great Millstone. We want to say Kwam Yashala. Shalom Flubber Ball. Shalom.
Hey, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.